Shivaraja, Shivaraja, Shivakami Priya Shivaraja.
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 Chidambaresha Nataraja,
Chidambaresha Nataraja.
Partipurisha Shivaraja,
Partipurisha Shivaraja.
Nataraja, Nataraja, Natana Sundara Nataraja.
Well, welcome to all of you who have joined us already. Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Very nice to be with you again. Today is Saturday, the February the 12th. We have another edition of our nice bouquet of light that we will be partaking in. I hope that you will enjoy it, because it's about the 33 strategies of light and darkness that we have started 2 weeks ago. So I look forward to maybe 2 more sessions, and I'd like to wrap it up. I think there are 33 strategies altogether. So today we'll go over the up to 20 hopefully, and then the remaining 13 we can do in two following sessions in the month of February hopefully. So let's start first thing first. Have the invocation from our beloved messenger. You may want to meditate, you may want to close your eyes, you may want to look at it, you may want to center in your heart, when you listen to this word. These meditations are really, it's a video meditation today. So, it's a video invocation, I'm sorry. I guess video will help us to really look at and really feel more connected with something that we are receiving light. So you may want to really feel beyond time and space. You may want to feel that you are out of your body and you are over there where Guruma is giving that invocation, so you can be one with that, in her presence. So that is the whole idea of actually both video and audio, but with video it becomes a little bit more easier. So Jay, can we have that invocation please from our beloved messenger?
Beloved, mighty I am presence from the heart of God in the great central sun, O mighty threefold flame of life, O holy Christ self, intensify thy light within us, expand the great spheres of light round about us. Beloved Archangel Michael and 7 archangels, come forth in this hour, come forth to cut us free. Place your mighty electronic presence with us upon this altar, in this room. Cut free souls of light to be present with us in this hour. I call to all the hosts of heaven to cut free the souls of light and bring them into the knowledge of their own mighty I Am presence. Therefore, in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and the Divine Mother, we consecrate these souls to their immortal victory in the light. In the name of Jesus Christ, Amen.
What we heard from her invocations, one thing that she mentioned about was the knowledge of the I Am presence. Cut free these souls who are meant to come to the ascended master's teachings, so they have the knowledge of their mighty I Am presence. And that is really the one of the important key that we I want to keep in mind when we talk about the strategies of particularly light, who we really are, our identity in light. We have been told not like this. When I came into the Sunday message teachings many years ago, what I knew was God is inside of us, which is true. But now we are going a little bit deeper into that understanding. God is inside of us, but at what form? How we are connected with that God that is inside of us. So that is really the most one of the important understanding, that when you understand that you are individualized with God, you have an individualized presence of God in you. That means also that you and God are one in that sense of individualness. See, this individualness is really has a very deeper meaning in it, that you are house. You are son and daughter of God. Yeah, that is true. But you are also, in addition to that, you are becoming the God yourself. Because the DNA, the genes that we have are the same as our parents. It's like someone who is someone, we look like our parents. We look like who we really are. So I think, and then when we begin to understand that part, I am saying beginning to understand that part, we feel more empowered. We feel more empowered as I am God incarnate. And that is something, when you say that to the outer world, they do not know that. They say, well, how can you say that? You have this fault, and you have that fault, and you have this fault. God does not have any fault. So you commit this thing, bad thing. God doesn't commit all those, sins and, bad things, So they kind of look at us from their human mind, human persona, so to speak, how they have been, how we have been. I mean, when I say that, we all have been like that. So we have a human side of it, and we have a divine side of it. And the human side, sometimes because we have been on lifetime after lifetime, we have been living in that human consciousness, and we have forgotten our divine part of it, divine identity, so to speak. Although we had in Brahmasmi, we have those 4 Mahavakyas in the Vedas, which says exactly the same thing. So I'm going back to the chart of the presence again. So Ascended Masters have said this thing also, that a person who will understand the teaching of the Ascended Master, or a person who will understand the chart of the presence, so to speak, is a person who has balanced at least 25% of the karma or more. At least 25% of the personal karma or more. People who have not balanced that 20, because of we have made many bad things. I'm saying that as a statement, not as judging anyone. This one or that one has not balanced that. We are looking at the profound love, that we want to balance more karma. God gave us more opportunity. So when we understand that, as including ourselves, when we did not understand this chart of the presence, earlier we did not understand the teachings, because everything is based upon the chart of the presence itself. I mean, as simple as that. The chart of the presence is the foundation of understanding the Sunday Master's teaching. So having said that, I'd like to welcome all of you who have joined on behalf of the Chananda Culture Society. We'll talk more about this this part where we have left off. So I'd like to mention Parvinder ji, welcome. JP Saab, welcome. Rita Lamba ji, welcome. Anita ji, welcome. Anita Viralam ji, welcome. Pooja Nikhale ji, welcome. Alka ji, welcome. Satija ji, welcome. And Shavia ji, welcome. So let's start with, we like to play a meditation to actually balance our 4 Lord bodies. By that I mean is this meditation that is about it's a very short meditation, about 5 minutes long or something like that, about 9 minutes long. It's a little longer meditation. In this meditation, we will be actually sending light to our 4 Lord bodies. Starting with the innermost. Innermost is the physical body. Outermost is the etheric body. So we will be starting from sending the light, from our meditating on the light and the Om, and then sending that light. The title is Radiating the Light of Spirit into Your Four Lord Bodies. I have played this meditation before, but we did not have that picture of the four concentric rings or spheres of the four Lord bodies that you have seen. That we did a clearance on the four Lord bodies earlier. So Jay, can we have that picture of the four Lord bodies, the image of that, and then we can play that audio meditation as we focus on sending the light into our each of the four Lord bodies. Thank you.
Radiating the light of spirit through your four lower bodies. Go within and draw your attention to your heart, placing your hand over your heart to help focus your awareness there. Breathe deeply until you feel calm and centered. With your eyes closed, chant the words, "I am that I am," 9 times.
I am that I am. 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 I am that I am.
Visualize and feel the divine light of your I Am presence descending over your crystal cord through your Christ self into your heart. See and feel that light expanding outward from your heart and penetrating each of your 4 lower bodies one at a time. Let the light energy flow first into your physical body, radiating to every muscle, organ, and cell. Visualize the light flooding and consuming any troublesome physical condition you may have, producing perfect health and vitality. In your emotional body, Let the light of your I Am presence radiate into any negative feelings you may have. Let it dissolve all anger, frustration, anxiety, fear, and grief. Feel it washing over you, eliminating all tension and establishing a profound peace. As the light energy moves into your mental body, see it penetrate and consume any negative or disturbing thoughts. See these thoughts melting as the light of your presence moves through them, producing a positive mental outlook. Now in the etheric body, try to recall a painful memory. Direct the light of your I Am presence into this remembrance. See it dissolve every facet of the memory until it entirely disappears. Conclude your meditation with the following affirmations.
I am the perfect wholeness and harmony of my four lower bodies, now made manifest. I am the perfect wholeness and harmony of my four lower bodies, now made manifest. I am the perfect wholeness and harmony of my four lower bodies, now made manifest. I am grateful for the gift of light in my world today. I am grateful for the gift of light in my world today. I am grateful for the gift of light in my world today. I am light, light, light. I am light, light, light. I am light, light, light.
I just wanted to summarize the points of this meditation. When you want to do it again, first of all, center in your heart. Breathe calmly a few times. Center in your heart means take deep breath in and out So you can letting out all that energy of bodily energy out of your system. Then next thing you do is really you feel the light coming from your I am presence or your crystal code. This was the important thing. I am, when you chant I am that I am 9 times, I am that I am, as the light is coming. What I am that I am means, when you are chanting I am that I am, and the light is coming down from the crystal code, I am as above, I am so below. I am God as above, as God, I am presence, Ishwar, Paramatma, Vaheguru, Rab, what the name we call it. So I am God below in the threefold flame, and the crystal cord is a tube, is a connection, is a conduit from where the light is descending. Okay, now have you done that? Now you are ready to put your attention on each of the four Lord bodies. You can visualize four concentric rings. You are sitting in the middle. There are four rings around you. You are inside. Four rings or four spheres, three-dimensional balls. You are sitting inside. And the closest one is physical. The distant one is a physical, is a emotional. I mean, etheric. So the physical, emotional, mental, and then etheric. Those are the four rings. So remember, wherever our attention goes, we can direct the energy over that place, that point. That is very, very, that is the main thing of the, I think yogis knew that, all the Indian yogis, they knew that how to direct how to send the light to any part of the body to bring wholeness. So when we direct our energies to the physical body, and he was saying that any pain in the physical pain in the anything that you are feeling in particular organ, any place, you can direct that energy from coming from the crystal cord down there into your heart, and from your heart, which is hub chakra of the 7 chakras in our center of our heart, we are directing that energy, the white light, by the way. If you can visualize white light to start with that, then you can change the colors, later on to different other 6 colors that you can do that. So you can heal the physical pain or physical discomfort or physical ailment, anything, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can visualize that as long as you are comfortable. Then from there, you take your attention to your emotional body, where there's a feeling of tension or emotional energy, hatred or anger or resentment or anything that is causing you in the emotional body some kind of turbulence, and then you can focus on that for 5-10 minutes. Then you can take your energy out from there to the mental part, where is the mind energy, the third ring outside, where there is something in the thoughts, in the confusion in the mind, anything that doesn't know which way to go, what's going on. You have a clarity of mind. And from there you can go to your etheric body, which is a memory body. The outermost body is a memory body, where we have the blueprint of our records of whatever we do that, and anything that the memory body is that's where everything starts from there. So you want to really purify your memory, the lower etheric body I'm talking about. There are 2 parts of etheric body. Upper etheric body is the higher mind of God. The lower etheric body is the one that we have got polluted by our other three lower bodies, and then they pollute the lower etheric body also. So that is a cycle you can repeat few times, and then if you feel disrupted, I think it's nice to have some music playing, in as background, some classical music, any kind of music, or Om music, or anything that will help you support in your meditation to stay concentrated. So that is something that I think you want to make a note of that. We're going to be starting now. I'd like to welcome some of more friends have joined us. Like to welcome Raneji, welcome. Pooja Tuliji, welcome. Akashji, welcome. Dr. Ranjitji, welcome. Make sure that I have not missed anyone. Yeah, okay, Ji. Yeah, welcome, my friend. Yeah, nice to have all of you. So let's begin our program today. It's going to start where I just left off. So we're going to go back to the J. Can we have the chart of the great I am first again? Because that is very, very important to really make a note of who we really are. The chart of the presence that we will be starting with, that we have this meditation about I am that I am. When we say that I am, you might be thinking, what is I am that I am mean? Because I never heard this word before. I am that I am. Because it's kind of a, to me it was like a word that was given to Moses, and I am being in India, and being other part of the world. This word is kind of more like a Christian word. It's in the Bible, given to Moses, Old Testament in the Bible. So I am that I am was really given to Moses 4,000 years ago. That's what 2,000 years Jesus, 2,000 years before Jesus, 4,000 years ago. We knew in India the translation of I am that I am in our, according to the teaching of the Vedas that have been given to us. It's called as Om Tat Sat Om. Om Tat Sat Om was given to us by to the Rishi Munis. We have been told that teaching was given to Rishi Munis by whom? By Sanat Kumara. By Sanat Kumara revealed that teaching to the Rishis of Om Tat Sat Om. The Vedas even were really, but the teaching of the Vedas was given to the Rishis, who recorded that from by Sanat Kumara, like a dictation, so to speak. That's what we call. So we Om Tat Sat Om is the same as I am that I am. So my point is that we knew Om Tat Sat Om, I do not know how many people knew. I'm sure some rishis and other people were spiritually oriented. They knew and they know the meaning of Om Tat Sat Om. What it means is Om Tat Sat Om, or I am that I am, is as I am above in the spiritual plane, which is God saying that. I am individualized presence of God is saying that as I am above in the cosmos, in the universe, in the planetary level, at the macrocosmic level, so I am below in the physical plane, in your heart as a threefold frame, as at the micro level, macro and micro level. But the main point is there, I am that I am means that Om Tat Sat Om means that, as intellectually you can say that I am God above as a source, as a energy, as a being. I am also in the nature, and I am within, I am without, as I'm above, as I'm below, as who I am that I am. So many things you can say intellectually, but I think we want to really get hold of it in our life personally. What does it I am that I am, or Om Tat Sat Om means to me right now, and what it has meant always, and that what it will mean to me forevermore. This is the name of God, I am that I am, and that means that you and I and everyone else has a threefold flame and a crystal code. Crystal code is very important to know that is the, if I may say that, crystal code help the understanding of the crystal code, and the threefold flame compresses time and space in our heart. So there is no time and space when we meditate on our heart as a single point, as a threefold flame. So everything becomes one at that point, like a pinpoint. I am that I am is a pinpoint. It's not really over there, is a cosmos over there. As I'm going to be talking to you about the great I am is over there, and then individualized I am is there. There's a lot of mileage, crores of miles or millions of miles away. So that is the conception. We want to bring it down to the crystal code, understanding of the crystal code and the threefold frame, to a singular point, pinhead in our center of our heart, where the threefold flame is. And that is the mastery. So when our attention goes here and there, where our, because of the mental body, where our feelings would go here and there because of the hatred and anger and this and that, where our physical body, because of pain and suffering and ailment, our attention goes to the physical body, we get disconnected, we get disoriented. Our attention does not stay at that one point. And that's why this meditation that we did today, that will be very helpful, and all the meditation that we have been doing. So we are purifying our four Lord bodies, all that debris, all the negativity, we call it, all that thing that deviates us from keeping our attention on that singular point, that we are talking about. So coming down to the one more statement I like to make, that Om Tat Sat Om is a meaning, it's literally Om, I am that I am. So you can put the word I am in, and put the word substituted by Om. Om Tat Sat Om. There are two Oms, one in the beginning, one at the end. I am that I am. There are two I am, one in the beginning, one in the end. There's a that in the middle. I am that I am. There's a Om Tat Sat Om. Tat Sat is a that. That's it, true. As I am true above, so I am true below. So it's literally meaning of Om Tat Sat Om and I am that I am in that context is same as. So in short, if we begin to understand I am that I am, and also in Indian or Sanskrit language, Om Tat Sat Om, we can short the Om Tat Sat Om to simply Om. Om. Simply we can say Om, and it means same thing, Om Tat Sat Om. So, but because we have to learn like a child in a kindergarten, start with the Om Tat Sat Om ladder step, then go from when we understand, when we become that, then we can come to the next step, chanting of the Om, which is same as Om Tat Sat Om. So what I'm saying is this: Om can be spelled as O-M, O-M, or it's easier to spell it as A-U-M, Om. So when we're coming to the, I think when we come to the individual presence of the chart, I'm going to show, I'll explain how this word, these letters A-U-M fit into that chart, which is in a minute I will be doing that. But let's start with the Great I Am. So this Great I Am chart that you see on the beginning, on the top, that is the chart of where our sources, all the threads you see the coming, those are the crystal code. I mentioned the word crystal code. When the crystal code comes into the, you see many, actually 6 billion, more than 6 billion population of the world. Those are the individualized presence of God connected with the Great I Am. What is in the Great I Am? You might be thinking, what is in the Great I Am? That is a causal body. It's the same kind of colors. As you can see, causal body is the body of the cause, body of the first cause. First cause is the light. First cause is the light energy that sustains the threefold flame, and in a burning threefold flame, radiating it in our heart. So that is the source, that is the ocean, that is the sun, great sun, that we are the miniature suns, as individualized presence, you can say that. So the colors are the same of the Great I Am as the colors of this in the second picture of the I Am that I Am, that you are exactly the same colors in the etheric. So causal body colors are the same. They are not adulterated. They are not impurified. They are not affected by the human karma of negativity. I'll talk about that. When you do negative karma, the human karma, that it does not go up there. That is pure energy of God in us. That is the Vaheguru. That is energy of Paramatma. You can call it God. You can name, but we calling it God self. So up there in the first figure, it is a Great I Am. We don't call that as a God self. That is a source. That is the ocean. When you come to the second figure, then we become individualized presence. We become God's self. All of us, you are the threefold flame, because of the crystal cord that you see over there. The threads, they come into our being, and then we become as I am that I am. And so what I'm saying is Om in the second figure. You can put the letter A on the top figure. There are three figures in this second figure from the top. The first figure is a circle. You can see that, and the second figure is a middle figure. Is a picture of Vishnu with the 4 hands, and Vishnu self. You can say that. And third figure is you standing there, and they're connected by the crystal cord, coming the same thing from the great central sun, from the top figure to your heart. And that is very important. I'll be showing that picture in a minute, the middle picture on a bigger scale. So you'll be able to see that clearly what I'm saying. So the top figure, you can put the letter A as, and the middle figure as the letter U, A-U-M, and the lowest, the third figure as a letter M. So A means alpha, U means, of course, U, just a U, and the M means mother or omega. So the top figures alpha means spirit, God as spirit, individual God as spirit, and the lower figure means God as a matter, as material, as mother. Of the matter is called mother. So AUM, U means you are in the middle, you are balancing that light of spirit and matter through your mastery in the physical plane. You need spiritual energy, you need a spiritual light, which we're talking about drawing that light, because that is the source of all that healing that we need. We need put that energy into the matter, and we need to have a balance of that. Too much matter is not good. Too much spirit is not good. Too much, you may think, why is not good? Too much matter makes it materialistically having things. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want money, I want houses, I want this, I want all those kind of material things. Too much spiritual is becoming renouncing everything, going to jungles, going to forests, going to mountains, meditating and renouncing everything. A Sunday Master teaching is we need balance of both. We need to have material balance, we need to have spiritual balance, and that is the you in the middle, which is done by your higher self, your Vishnu consciousness, your Krishna consciousness, your individualized holy Christ self. We call it by Guru Nanak consciousness. Any name of any prophet who have mastered that, you can put the name is instead of the middle, which is Atma, and the lower figure is the Jivatma. The upper figure is Paramatma, if you want to call it the name of the Atma, Paramatma, and Jivatma. So these are the very simple things that God has given to us. But most important thing is the threefold frame that you see in the bottom picture. So the threefold frame is very, very important. So if you want to remember something, threefold frame in your heart that we did for our meditation, we started with that meditation. Then we went through threefold frame. We put our attention on the crystal cord. That is, the light flows from the crystal cord. Light comes to the crystal cord from the great I am, the top figure. So that is something that we do not see that in the middle figure, because middle figure is only middle figure. It does not show how they're connected, to the top figure. So that was the three figures that you are compressed as a single point in our heart as I am, that I am. So that is I think I want to show you one more thing. Can we have the another one next? I made another picture yesterday. The five figures was not this one, Jay, it's another one. You have the five, the chart of the five figures. I think that will be a little bit more clear for us to understand what is before you go to the strategy of light, to understand that light, how we identify, how we can reconnect, how we can draw the light to our heart through our great source by this figure of the five figures that I want to show you. Yeah, this one. Now you can see the first figure is same as I talked about. Second figure, I just took the top figure. I just took the chart of the presence. I broke it down into three parts. So this is the top figure of the three figures of the chart of the presence. Then I have the middle figure, Vishnu consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Guru Nanak consciousness, and whatever word you want to use that as Atma. Then we have the lower figure as you standing there. If you can see on the top of the person of the head, the crystal cord is entering, and then it comes into a heart chakra, as I showed you, into our four Lord bodies. Your four Lord bodies, you might be thinking, if I have four Lord bodies, which you talked about that, how many bodies we have then? We have total of 7 bodies. These are 4 lower bodies, and we have three upper bodies. What are the 3 upper bodies? I've talked about that before. The upper bodies are the top body that we talked about. That can you lower it down a little bit, Jay, please? This is the top figure. Top figure has 2 bodies inside. One is the causal body, the rings that are around in the top figure, and then there is the presence of I am that we use. I am presence, which is the Vaheguru, which is the name of God, which is the name of Ishwar, which is the name of Paramatma, whatever name we call. So in the top figure, there are 2 bodies, the causal body, the rings, and the presence of the source itself, the God. There's a person inside the other. You can see that it's very tiny picture. So there is a person of I am, and then there is a middle figure that is a third body. So two bodies up there in that picture, and the third body is a middle figure, which is the body of, so the Atma, the body of the Holy Christ Self, body of the Krishna consciousness, whatever name you want to call that. So these are the three bodies, three upper bodies and the four lower bodies. That makes it the total 7 bodies. But when we visualize that, remember that, don't visualize them over there in the sky like this, Our higher self, our the top figure, hangs over our crystal cord 7 to 70 feet up in the air. 7 to 70 feet, depending upon our level of consciousness. Our goal is to draw it down to, if you think 7 feet is there to start with, so if your height is like 6 feet or 5 feet, and so 7 feet from the ground level to so it will be about 2 more. If you're 5 feet high, it's about 2 more feet higher than above. So you can feel, no, you can feel the feet of, you can feel the feet of the I am present. You can touch the feet of your I am present. You can draw the feet down there. So you're, down there, like we do that. So we go to Gurdwara, we go to Guru, we touch the feet. So you can touch the feet of the I am and bring it down to a singular point in your heart where threefold flame is. Then so that is the goal. That is the goal of I am, becoming I am that I am. That is the goal of becoming Om, Tat Sat Om. That is the goal of becoming I am. That is when we achieve that gradually, it does not happen all of a sudden. It's a process, because we have tons and tons of negative karma that we have made in many, many previous lives, So we have to purify our 4 Lord bodies. We have to have discipline. We have to know that. And then we have to put this teaching into practical application. Sometimes we pray to God. Yeah, praise helps, I'm telling you. But the second part of the prayer is then do it yourself. There's a prayer like that. Pray to God if everything depends upon God. And then do if everything depends upon you. We forget the second part mostly, because God will take care of it. I just pray to God. He will take care of me. It's like a mailbox. You have a mailbox, a computer, you have a mailbox outside. The mailman comes, he drops the mail in the mailbox, or your mail comes in the computer, in the whatever system you're using. But then you have to click it, then you have to open it, then you have to read it, you have to go outside in the mailbox and go to get the mail. So it's like we forget the second part. We think we become passive. God does not, it's okay to depend upon God, but that is the relationship with God, individualized presence of God, is a mutual partnership. You might not have heard that word. We have been taught, prayer karo, God se bhagwan ko, just pray to God and he will give you everything. And what has happened because of that consciousness, because we have become so much dependent upon God, we think we do not have to do anything. Whatever God is doing is because of good karma, and we just get, or we blame God if it's not good karma, and we just become eat, drink, and be merry kind of attitude. In Hindi you say, khao piyo karo, and we will see tomorrow, whatever will happen tomorrow, we don't worry about that. So we become passive, which is, this is not the correct teaching that Ascended Master have taught us. Ascended Master teaching is you have to be an active and a passive role. There are 2 sides of coin. There's a part to become passive. There's in God, there's a part to become active. When you are sitting in a lotus form, when we are meditating, we are receiving the light of God as a passive. When you are standing up and doing our decrees, when you are working, then we are becoming active. It's a word, W-O-R-D, word, and a work. Word is a prayer. Work is a work. Word is a spiritual work, is a spiritual part, alpha part. Work is when you do, the mother works, as a mother, your physical body, you work. Word and work. And work is a sacred work. It's not the work, So what we do with our hands is sacred work. So, but we have been taught only one part. So I'm just saying that I was like that. And I'm still working to find the balance between word and work. The spiritual and material side, as we talked about that, the passive and active role is a balance of what Gautama Buddha, learned from his before he got enlightenment. Don't make the sitar too tight the strings of the sitar too tight that they break. Don't leave them too loose that they don't come in music coming out of that. And simple as that. The middle part is really dependent upon for us to be a partnership role with God as I am that I am. So I think that's all I want to say. Let's go to our strategy of light and darkness. I'm looking at I think I have another 45 minutes. I want to finish that, what we have on the plate today. But this was very important part for me to really share with you, so we know really who we really are as God's self. Please don't use the word God, use the word God's self. God's self. God in me, I am that I am, is a God's self in us. Okay. I'm going to be repeating some of these things. I've highlighted them because they needed to be repeated. Sometimes we don't understand or we forget that what we heard. So this highlighted and the lines, highlighted words are very key for us to remember in our day-to-day, daily encounter with the light and daily encounter with the darkness. We encounter the light to become more of light. We encounter with the darkness to defeat the darkness through that, after what we have, God has given to us. When we Master charges us with the light, we can go, and our I am presence charges with the light. And when we can, in our thoughts, word and deed, in our four Lord bodies, we can defeat the strategies of darkness. Okay. I'm going to read the first paragraph. The Ascended Masters have told us there are strategies of darkness that the dark forces use to trip the light bearers in their spiritual progress. That's you, that's me, until the very last moment, until the last moment of our moksha, until we step through the door of the ascension chamber, with Serapis-based retreat. They are there, the forces of darkness sitting there, even outside the door, to tell you that you don't need to have the moksha, but and they put a mask on them, and they trick you in a way trick us in a way that we believe them. Because if we are not totally convinced in I am that I am, who we really are, we become a victim of that. We play the victim card. Oh, poor me, they are very strong, and they say this and that and this and all the reason. I'm continuing that. There is a hierarchy of light consisting of masters, that, angels, and representatives of the Great White Brotherhood. Now, this is a part that a lot of us did not know that. I did not know that. There is also a hierarchy of darkness consisting of angels of darkness or fallen angels. I don't know how many of you knew that. You have to know that there is a hierarchy. Hierarchy means there is a ladder, like we have archangels. They have archangels also in there. They have a Satan, they have a devil, they have a archangel, they have, the darkness, they have masters have told us they have a counterfeit of everything that we have in the hierarchy of light. The dark forces have a counterfeit representative of everything that we have in the hierarchies of light. So that is something to acknowledge, but not to be afraid of. That is something that sometimes we become more afraid of, that, oh my God, this I did not, I was okay without having this knowledge. Now I know that they are over there. Well, that's what I gave you the teaching, shared with you the teaching of the the light, that last 15 minutes of I am that I am. Okay, next one, the highlighted. All these strategies of dark forces involve you personally. Mark Prophet said that there are none who are not touched by them. So that makes, there is none of us, all the Rishis, Muni, that Ascended Master that have gone through, they have gone through this path. And before we make our journey on the planet Earth successful, but through moksha, through ascension, we are walking through this path. Next one, question. But do you know when they are working in your life? And that is $1 million question. Do we know that? If we knew that, then everything will be so easy, like a battle, like a war. Soldiers go on both sides, and so they are a spiritual battle. They are not. We cannot see them. They are like in your thoughts, in your feelings, in your physical body, ailment, in all that. The reason for that, why is happening? Why is this happening? We do not see them. So this is the reason why we need to we need to be aware of that. As the more light we have, we become more protective with the in the armor of light, or a tube of light that we call it, around ourselves, so we do not get affected by that. So the answer is that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. What is the truth? You might be thinking, what is the truth? Truth is what I shared with you last 15 minutes. I am that I am. Om Tat Sat Om. Who you really are made up of. What is your strength? Where does your strength lie? In your threefold flame, in your crystal cord, in your I am that I am consciousness, and your becoming in that. Not just a knowing that is. Knowing that also means becoming that. Knowing and understanding. What's the difference between knowing and understanding? Knowing is something that we know casually. Understand is when you become that, when you practice that, when you beginning to feel free, when you begin to feel the empowerment, then you begin to feel more love in you, when you begin to feel more power in you, more wisdom in you. That means you are becoming more freer in your in your attitude, in your consciousness. Continuing, in other words, the knowledge and understanding of the truth, and it shall set you free. Knowledge and understanding. Knowledge is what we are sharing here. Knowledge becomes wisdom. Knowledge, when you put into practice, it becomes wisdom. Wisdom means wise dominion. Wisdom means wise dominion over our every aspect of life that we deal with. And the understanding, as I told you, you become that in your thought, word, and deed, in your four Lord bodies. You understand it, the strategy of the truth. Strategy of the understanding of the truth means that you become I am that I am. And more you become I am that I am, more you become Om Tat Sat Om, more you become Om, more you have a balance in the spiritual and material world, more you are strong, more you are wise, more you are loving, more you are kind, more you are everything, because your threefold flame has expanded. That is another way to know that what is going on in me. Why? My threefold flame is expanding. We'll be doing that decree pretty soon. When the threefold flame decree 20.03 for that reason. The truth of the individualized presence of God in you as a threefold flame of love, wisdom, and power anchored in your heart chakra, when followed by the right action, separates unreal, which is a negative, dark forces, karma, situation from real positive light, situation in our lives. This is a very important part, another highlighted item. The challenge of darkness should not be feared or avoided. Feared or avoided. But neither should we go out of our way to seek it out. That's the other part. That's pride. That is a human pride that I am, it's an imbalance. Human pride that I'm in the teaching for 45 years. I've been teaching in my lifetime. I know this book. I know I have done that thing. I am a child of the master. I am the close to so and so master. All that things are the disguises of the dark forces. They try to trip us. Anyway, next second line. As we become more and more of the light, the confrontation with darkness will come to us. It is simply part of the spiritual path. Yeah. So somebody asked me the other day, why the light does attract darkness? Why does darkness come to us? And I gave you the example of that. The moths, moths that come, and the light bulb when it rains, or in the summertime, the bigger the bulb, the more the light coming from the bulb, the more you will see the moths coming to it. They are simply, the darkness attracts. The darkness is attracted to light. Why is one so attracted to, in the Bollywood movies, they call it Shama and Parwana. You might have seen many in the Bollywood movies. They show, Shama is a light, Parwana is a moth. It hangs around the light. So I'm sharing that with you. There is another question someone asked me, that light attracts light. Where does that? So why does light attract? Why does darkness attracts light? Light does not attract darkness. The darkness wants light. Light attracts light. Light attracts light is itself, because it wants to grow. Because that's why we are talking about I am that I am. The more we become I am, the more we become draw the light from great I am. The more the light we receive, then we want more. The more love, the threefold flame, and that expands. It becomes it grows in size, it spins, it gets balanced, and it gets more light because the size is growing and is balancing. So light attracts light, but darkness is darkness is really drawn to the light. I should say that way, maybe because it wants that light, and then it gets consumed by that. That is the other part of it. All the baths are consumed in the morning. You might have seen under the light, under the pole, on the street, how many moths are there on the street that have died. So that is the reason. I think please make a note of that the difference between light and darkness, why light attracts light is polarized to light, and darkness is polarized to light, why it is happens so. Now developing the 3Ds. Now this is another thing. The Buddha Maitreya spoke of the 3Ds of discernment, discrimination, and determination. These 3Ds form a threefold frame of love, wisdom, and power. So here is a picture of the threefold frame. Discernment is a mind. This is a yellow ray. We have 3 rays: yellow ray, pink ray, and blue ray in our threefold frame. Yellow in the middle, the pink on the right, and the blue on the left. You can see that right now. So discernment is a mind, yellow ray. Discrimination is a heart, pink ray. Determination is a will, power, blue ray. All the 3, discernment, discrimination, and determination. Determination, I will start with that. Determination is putting into play whatever you learn from your mind, from your heart, you put into action, is a blue ray. Most important thing is mind, which is the thoughts. The thoughts trigger the feelings in the heart. That's what we did. That mind is Almoria is a Zen master, Zen Buddhist, a part of the Buddhism. Mind control, setting the mind dial, because our attention goes very quickly from off, this and that thing. So when our attention is not there, we are not centered, and it goes here and there. So we are not receiving the light from our wherever healing we need. Remember the 4 Lord bodies, we were putting our attention on, first on physical body, then on emotional body, then on mental body, and then on the etheric body. Attention is the key. When attention is there on our one pointedness, as I am that I am, that was the goal of all the saints that meditated. They meditate still, so their mind doesn't divert. You keep your mind on I am, or I am that I am, or the Paramatma, or Jesus called it Father. I and my Father are one, which is same as saying Om. Putting my attention on the top figure of the chart of the presence. So Jesus, he gave us the key that I am that I am. Is when he says I am a Father or one, he's saying the same thing, I am that I am, or Om, and it needs practice. So mind is really, when it is not there, when it is not stable, the energy goes to the heart, and it triggers there. Emotional energy is very difficult to control. Discrimination, very difficult to discriminate. Very difficult to find out what is going on. Everything is confusing. Determination, then you cannot take any act, because how you do not know that. So these 3 part, mind, heart, and will, yellow, pink, and blue ray, discernment, discrimination, and determination, they work hand in hand. Therefore, we need that decrease, 20.03, to balance threefold frame in us. But again, I'm repeating here myself. Please know that the most important part is, all 3 has to be balanced, but mind triggers the emotional energy. When you have the strong mind makes it the heart, love flame grow. Love flame, when mind and heart are in balance, then it gives us the will and then to do the right action. And then 3 of them, they work around each one, they start spinning in the clockwise direction. And when they spin, that is a good sign that now we have balanced energy. We are making progress on the spiritual journey. We are not moved. You heard the word I am not moved. That's what happens, and we say I am not moved. And then you want to see how long you can maintain that, sustain that. 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, and then you can increase that time span of maintaining that state of consciousness. It's a process, by the way. That's what I'm saying that. Okay, let's go to the, I think I want to do the decree, I think 20.03. So Jay, can we have this one as we did last time? The 20.03. I want to do that decree because that is a key part. When we miss that part, theory is theory. This is a tool that Master gave us from the toolbox. Very, very important thing. We do not have this teaching we do not have this degree anyplace else. That the way Masters have given us, they are preparing us to become a warriors of light, to have a threefold flame balance, as we talked about. So let's give that together. In the name of the beloved, mighty, victorious presence of God, I am in me, my very own beloved holy Christ self. I call to beloved Helios and Vesta and the threefold flame of love, wisdom, and power in the heart of the great central sun, to beloved Moria L, beloved Lord Lanto, beloved Paul the Venetian, beloved mighty Victory, beloved Goddess of Liberty, and the seven mighty Elohim, beloved Guruma and Lanello, the entire spirit of the great white brotherhood, and the Word Mother, elemental life for air, water, and earth, to balance, blaze, expand, and intensify the threefold flame within my heart until I am manifesting all of thee and not of the human remains. Take complete dominion and control over my 4 lower bodies and raise me and all life by the power of the 3 times 3 into the glorious resurrection and ascension in the light. In the name of the Father, the Mother, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I decree. Before I start, I just want to say there are a lot of names in the preamble, but the main names are the 3 Chohans. The Chohan of the blue ray is Almoria. The Chohan of the yellow ray, which is the threefold flame, is the Lord Lanto. And the Chohan of the pink ray of the threefold flame is Paul the Venetian. These are the 3 Chohans that are closest to us on the physical plane when we do that. There are other names of the different masters also that support those rays there when you do this decree. So now we're going to give this. Remember, the word starts with the balance, 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 balance 4 times. Then we're going to replace the word balance with the word blaze 4 times. Then we're going to replace the word blaze with the expand. And then we're going to replace the word expand with intensify. So each word is very key. So as we do that, so let's do it. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Beloved, I am. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Magnified each hour. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Beloved, I am. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Magnified each hour. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Beloved, I am. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Magnified each hour. Expand the flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Beloved, I am. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Take thy command. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Magnify each hour. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Intensify the threefold flame in me. Love, wisdom, and power. And in full faith I constantly of this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith I constantly of this manifest, manifest, manifest. And in full faith I constantly of this manifest, manifest, manifest. Right here and now with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding and about unfolding until all are holy, and delight and free. Beloved, I am, beloved, I am, beloved, I am. please give this decree like this. You can give it again as it. I only gave it, 3 times of all the 4 of them, all 4 parts. You can give that again 3 times, again repeating that, or as many times as you like, and you can increase the speed of your decrees. You might be thinking, why do we need to increase the speed? When we talk, the speed of sound as we are talking is very little as compared to the speed of light when we talk. So that is a different, there is a speed of light when we talk also. So the speed of sound is, I think, 1120 feet per second, and the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. So that is the difference between the light. So the sound becomes light, and then the more it becomes light, the more we resonate, because our soul is our Atma, our Jivatma, our Paramatma. They are beings of light, as we talked about. I am that I am. So we are raising our vibration to the level of their frequency. So we can resonate with them in their vibration. The more we practice that, of increasing our speed, which happens naturally, the more we will resonate with their vibration, the more we will feel the action of receiving current and giving current in figure 8 flow. We will more become with them like light. Okay, again, I think I have mentioned the other 2 bullets already, but just I want to repeat that it's the greatest mistake that you could make, to think that this studies of darkness do not apply to us, or apply to someone else, our neighbors, or try to apply to other people, because they think they may be dark forces or this and that. Please don't do that. We don't judge people, or we don't look at others. That is the main purpose of putting our attention on ourselves. When we put our attention on others like that, we are practicing black magic. We are condemning them. We are judging them. We are losing light that we are building this way. So that is another point of remember. Okay, number 14 strategy. Sympathy, darkness. Sympathy make us feel sorry for them in their plight. Okay, sympathy, you know that someone has a problem, and we say, poor you, and we kind of saying, instead of giving them, hope or something, we start sympathizing with them, that whatever is happening, whatever somebody is doing to them, whatever circumstances they are right, and other person is wrong. We judge them, and we kind of give them the fuel that makes them feel more sad, more depressed. Instead of lifting them up, we are kind of helping them to that by telling them they are right what they are doing. We all do that, because we do not know anything better, especially when, excuse me to give an example like that. Someone is fallen into a well, and then you, instead of putting a rope for them to get them out, which is a row of, the rope is a way of getting them out, we kind of jump with them into the well also. People start crying with them, other people are crying, So that is the other side of that. We do not want to get to that. The word is the answer is here compassion. Instead of sympathy, we give them compassion, is a hope, positive side of that. And so I'm looking at this light, understand the difference between sympathy and compassion. That is the strategy of light. Compassion is when we kind of look at the situation as a positively, but we have to have some light in us. We need to have understanding. I am that I am. Imagine you go to a situation, other person does not know the teaching of a Sunday master, and you are going to them. What would you say? Somebody, assuming there's a death in someone's family, and you go there, and that person is crying and they're grieving. Yeah, it's all right to grieve for a while, but keep on grieving, keep on grieving, keep on grieving. That is something, that is a grieving entity. There's a negative, that is sim. So you do not give them, do not tell them keep on giving. It's all right. Whatever you're doing, it's all right. You have to give them a teaching that the person who has made a transition is on the rightful place. Everyone has a karma and dharma. So everyone, what praise we can do to make the journey, successful ahead. What role masters have given us, what teaching they have given us. We can make there, and then we can ask for the Holy Spirit, ask for the presence of God to comfort the soul of the person and all the soul of the family behind. Understand I'm going to read something about the compassion. And the second is, what is highest good here? So I'm going to read that, what this book says. I think there is something more meaningful than I am sharing with you in here, the strategy of light here on compassion. Okay, I'm going to read that strategy of light. We need to know and recognize the difference between sympathy and compassion. One is the sympathy is downward spiral, and the other is compassion is upward. We are lifting someone up. Learn to see human sympathy for what it is and know when it is acting in your life. So now you're talking to us. But ask yourself when faced with a situation that is burdensome. Quote, what is the highest good here for all involved? Then act as your heart tells you. Don't play the psychic hook. Don't be attached if people promise you things, and watch out for gifts and strings attached. So this is something that is saying, what Mark is saying is that highest good here is we can compassion when we are in the state of consciousness. You figure out that what kind of encouraging word you can tell the person to lift that person or lift yourself up. Lift yourself up when you have situation with the sympathy about poor me. Nobody takes care of me. I am so and so is abusing me. So and so is telling me this thing. Everybody looks down upon me. My life is not moving forward. Poor me. I don't know whether I should be doing this thing or not. I should be living or not. People entertain the thoughts of suicide and everything else when they are in the mode of sympathy. Well, understand who you really are as I am that I am. Understand the role of that. There is what you have in you, what you have been given is a Sunday Master's teaching. People, you can apply that teaching to yourself. Not the people do not know that. Apply this teaching to yourself and help other person to lift up. Tell them other people encouraging words. Like I tell people when I go to people something like this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This was a mantra that one of your Sunday Master, when he was in embodiment, he said he used when he was down, when he was feeling like, why things are not moving forward, why everybody is treating me like this, why everybody. So we have other things that we do, a decrease, and everything else we do, Archangel Michael protection, but also this mantra, this too shall pass. Or you can have another thing. So what is this to me? What is this to me? I shall follow God. I am that I am. Be the same as I am that I am. So give yourself hope, give yourself compassion, give yourself alternate way, give others when you are in a situation to help them uplift from that situation. So that is strategy of light. Number 15, divide and conquer. This creates schisms, suspicion, dissension between people and between our members also. Divide and conquer our members. So this is what I'm reading to you, applies to both us. Our members are what are our members? Our mind, our four lower bodies, our mind, our emotions. When they are not together, mind says, ye karo, emotion says, no, I should do that. But divided. Physical body becomes panicky. People become, sometimes they become paranoid. They cannot even move. They become frozen. So this divide and conquer is really the strategy of the dark forces. It creates again schisms, double-mindedness, suspicion, looking at yourself, looking at others, why they are saying this to me, why they are doing this to me. Dissension is a breaking of the energy between, and also the people. The strategy of light is the unity of the one. This is important to say, that the unity of the one is what? What is the meaning of unity of the one? Unity of the one is that, remember the four lower bodies we did in meditation? When your four lower bodies are in sync, they are in unity. When your four lower bodies are vibrating at the same level, you are in the one consciousness. When they are vibrating differently, it's like, imagine there are four plates, and they have holes, all four of them, and you want to put water on the top one, like this. one is like this, one is like this, 4 are different shapes. The water is going to clog. It's not going to flow. But when they're all 4 of them holes and the holes are in alignment with each other, you pour the water on the top plate, it will flow all the folds like a fountain coming very, very smoothly. So that is I think the unity of the one is when we are in peacefulness mode, harmonious mode. What do we do that? We do the meditation mantra, we do some decrees, we do our decrees every day. That probably is, not probably, but that is the most important thing that we can do in the morning. So we can have our day going as a unity of the one consciousness. We will not feel disturbed. We will not have a tube of light. As I think tube of light is another very important decree that we can give every day to keep ourselves in that state of oneness of consciousness. Sometimes we become lazy, we become, we don't want to do that, we want to get out of the bed, we want to go something else. Remember that priority is, what is your number one priority? Discipline. Again, mind comes here again to play. Mind. Mindset is discipline. When we become like this, emotion take over that. Emotion take control of it. अरे जाने दो आज, I can do it tomorrow. आज कहीं और चलते हैं, कि काफी पीने चलते हैं, आज ये है, आज गप्पे मारेंगे. Something will different like this. We forget to do what we're supposed to do as our mind is telling us. Mind is what? Mind is your Atma. Atma is a higher mind. Higher mind is telling you, our Guru is a Atma. We're telling you something and we ignore it. We become disobedient and we don't hear the voice next time Atma tells us. So that is something, unity of the one. Second bullet, hold the Immaculate Concept. This is something that you may be thinking, what is Immaculate Concept? Immaculate Concept is what your higher self has in his mind for you. Perfection, positive mental attitude, everything doing as what you should be doing in the balanced state of mind. So our Guru is our Immaculate Concept is held in the heart of our higher self, which is our Guru, our teacher in this case. Immaculate Concept is a science. Is a science of everything. When we descended from the very, very first embodiment, we were very perfect. We did not have any negative karma. So that we were perfect in the Immaculate, we had it called Science of Immaculate Conception. We have that science still in our genes, in our DNA, but we have forgotten. The opposite of Immaculate Concept is black magic, because the dark forces use that. So when we think negative about people, negative about ourselves, that happens also. So when we think positive about ourselves, positive about others as immaculately perfect, that happens also. So that is how do we recreate the Immaculate Concept science in our mind? That is the question. I will tell you again, same thing what I've been telling you again before. The Immaculate Concept is reuniting with our Atma. I am that I am. So the middle figure is really our best friend, our Guru, our teacher. We always, when we do our decrees, the word I am comes in capital I, capital A, capital M. I am is the name of God in the upper figure, Paramatma. But I am is also the mediator between our name of our higher mind. I am is a mediator, our Guru, our friend, which I am applies to this also the name of the top figure, because he's a representative of the Paramatma. The middle figure, which is the Atma, is a mediator between the Jivatma, which is lower figure, and the upper figure, which is Paramatma. The word mediator means what? Mediator means that it can work both ways. The top figure cannot come to us directly, because top figure is absolute perfection. Middle figure is a middle figure. It can work with a down figure in Jivatma, which is imperfect sometimes perfect. And so it has been given that what's the word? The gift that it can coordinate with the top figure and the bottom figure as our Guru. And that is something, that's why we need to acknowledge the presence of Atma as our teacher, as our Guru, as our intermediator, as a step down transformer, as I give you example from the powerhouse to the light bulb that we have in our house that we receive. So my point is here that the Immaculate Concept is is a concept in the mind or in the heart, mind and heart of the Atma. And when the Atma superimposes, when to our decrease and our process of perfection, the Atma and Jivatma become one, then we are in the process of graduating from that school of using the Immaculate Concept imperfectly to the use of Immaculate Concept as it was meant to be used in the very beginning. So that is my point, that here, so we have the Immaculate Concept in our heart when we chant I am that I am, and mind also our thoughts, that when we are using about thoughts about other people, thoughts about ourselves, we are using the black magic, which is the opposite of science of Immaculate Concept. Okay. Number 16, imitation. Imitation is discernment. This is again coming to the same point that we're talking about. Discernment is a, let me read that from this book here. What is the meaning of the discernment here? Number 16. To overcome this strategy, we need to develop discernment. The truth is always there if you are willing to see it. Call to the all-seeing eye of God, which is a cyclopeia in our third eye, Elohim of the fifth ray, to cleave asunder the real from the unreal, so that you can see the truth or the error of a situation. We have been given this decree, I think we have given this in the past. So this decree is 50.05 to cyclopeia. So I think that I'll come back to that. I'm going to read the next paragraph. It is also important not to make quick assessments of situations and persons, or to be quick to enter into a relationship with others. Again, this is very important. It is also important not to make quick assessments of situations and persons, or be too quick to enter into a relationship with them. Lord Maitreya says that we are all too quick to assume that this or that person is of the light. Ask your higher self, your Atma, and the Master to show you the fruit of a situation or a person. If you wait, God will show you when you need to see. Also for the light bearers to see clearly and not be taken in by false hierarchy and their impostors. So false hierarchy have their impostors also. That's another topic. Discernment is really wait and ask God, ask the Master to see, but it's also the third eye right here. The third eye is a we have a decree for clearing of the third eye. When you put our attention on a lot of things like movies, dirty movies or violent movies, or on the television or this and that, all that energy goes through our third eye and it dilutes our third eye. It makes our third eye assessment or discernment difficult. So one thing we should do is not to see the things, violent movies or things like that, all that being projected, or put our attention on things like that, because, and also the decree to 50.05 is a decree to cyclopeia. Maybe we will do it at another workshop. I'd like to introduce that decree to you for all the new people. That decree is very important, to have the junk or negativity removed from our third eye. Number 17, the darkness side, strategic misdirection. What does that mean? Strategic misdirection: using a decoy to throw you off the path and take you away from where you need to be. This happens to many people. I'm saying that to you. When true path is meaning what? Path is a Sunday message teaching. Someone else will come, or someone else will, or they put a decoy. I'm going to give you example of that. Number 17. I'm going to read there what happens. Here is one example. Here is one example at which applied, but what is the meaning of this thing? You are attending a school board meeting where the whole evening has been spent on deciding the color of the classrooms. Then when everyone is done with that topic and packing to go home, the real agenda is brought up, a new curriculum. By this time, everyone is too tired to deal with it, or half the people attending the meeting have already left. There are many variations on this theme. It Could be that you are meant to be at certain place on the path, but a minor detour takes you off the real path for some time. It does require attunement to know where you should be. I would like to tell you that, my 45 years of journey on the spiritual teaching of the Sunday Master, I have seen many chelas, many students come and they have been decoyed and they have been taken off by something else. I have many times I've said, uh, the teaching of the Sunday Masters are the highest teaching on the planet Earth. It's not a judging others, but that is a statement of truth. When you know that, then the forces of darkness will try to take you off that path. Simple as that. Simple as that, because you are becoming a threat to them. You have all the tools. You have becoming God incarnate. You are becoming to throw them off. So they will try to slow you down this way or that way. However, they can do, by using their strategies. Oh, I am a child of the master. I'm here for 45 years. It doesn't matter to me. I don't have to do degrees. I can do later on. I can be late. I can do this. I don't have. So you make exception. We make exception to the rule for ourselves. And that's how it's another way of putting a decoy, but not allowing us to put 100% attention on the spiritual path, commitment. And that's what I've seen over and over again. And that is a test. As you can see, that master tests us also how strong we are. But so that is my take on that. So see the big picture. The strategy of light is see the big picture. See the big picture as I told you. What is the big picture? Big picture is that for everything, that strategy of light, strategy of darkness means, if you can buy this book, I think at the end of this presentation, I have given the link over there. You can order this book from, I think the Barnes and Noble or Amazon, wherever you can find one. That'll be very helpful. Number 18, the Fabian Strategy. I did not know what is the Fabian Strategy. Okay, I'm going to read that. Attempts to wear out light bearers through endless minor skirmishes. I did not understand what is a Fabian, and I said, well, I never heard that. So here is something. The Fabian strategy is a simple tactic, and it related to the previous strategy of strategic misdirection. Fabius, this is the name of the person. Fabius was a Roman general who marched his army around and around, just out of reach of the enemy. He was known as the, quote, delayer, unquote, from his tactics in the war against Hannibal. He cut off Hannibal's supplies, harassed him insensibly, and did everything except engage him in battle. He had a few skirmishes, but mostly he just wore down the enemy by posturing before them, by seemingly intimidation. Now you understand that? Take your attention out, never engage in, but keep your wear us down. So give you example of that. Have a problem and they think of the problem and this and that, and then you have no time to decree, and you always think about this, and then decrees go off. You're worrying a little bit, thinking this and that, or engaging in 100 other things in a life, this and that. You have to do those things. I'm not saying leave everything, but you have to kind of see what is important. The list, you make a list of priorities every day. What is the most priority thing? What is the least priority? And that is one way to avoid, falling a victim to the Fabian strategy. Okay, light side. First bullet, keep your eye on the goal. What I said, when you make a strategy, you know that what is the goal, what is the purpose today, what is the purpose of my project, what project I'm doing in my life by my own ascension. That is a goal. Number 2, keep your eye on the mighty victory. Mighty victory is a Sunday Master. He's a very, very powerful. He says you can give his mantra, I am victory, I am victory, I am victory. You can say that, or mighty victory, help me, mighty victory, help me, mighty victory, help me. Or you can call any Sunday Master for guidance. Number 19, the feel good strategy. If it feels good, it must be right. You know that people believe in that. If it feels good, it must be right. Not so. Not so. Here is the strategy of light. I'm going to read that. Know the law of God and obey it. Remember that our feelings, this is very important. Remember that our feelings are not always a reliable guide. Did you know that? We have untransmuted substance in the emotional body and electronic belt. And these records come up for transmutation. They may create very strong attraction and feelings that could lead us way off the path if we follow them. This has happened again, and people think, oh, my heart is pure, my feelings, I can read people, my feelings, it's good to feel good when I go to that person, talk to that guru, talk to that place, that go to that place, and for this and that feels good. My heart is always right. Not so. Heart has impurity. This is another teaching that I learned also when I came into teaching. I used to think the same way. I used to say, my heart, I'm thinking, my mind can be deceptive, heart cannot be. I'm thinking from my heart. I use all those statements. And when I came to the teaching, I learned that not so. And this is the reason why heart needs to be purified. We have Saint Germain's heart meditation. We have only heart, many heart decrees, decree 30. Section 30.00, there are many decrees for the purification of the heart, that we know that we need to do that. Please know that this is something very, very critical. Number 19. Last one, number 20. Belittlement. You are out of the league. What does that mean? Belittlement tactics are very gross and subtle to make lose one's sense of self-worth. This is very important. Let me read that number 20 a little bit there. This is one of the chief tactics of the sinister force for your protection in the days ahead of us, namely the process of belittlement. They have a very definite, they means dark forces, they have a very definite intent to demean the character of everyone, and the lower you are, probably the less energy they will spend. This comes from the family members and or friends or in general society. Putting, this is another way of controlling, putting someone down, and then saying that, and what it does, that belittlement is, I am better than you are. I am superior than you are. I have a better job than you have. I have more money than you have. I am more intelligent than you are. So capitalizing on someone's things, and that person feels like he's losing the self-worth. I'm going to read that, the positive side. Be humble before God and positive to the world. Be humble before God. This applies to you, that whatever you have, whatever God has given you is not yours. Your heart beats because the light of the heart of the God beats in you, because I am that I am, from great I am, and from the lower I am, individual I am presence, and then in your heart. So it is not your, people think that this earth is a permanent place for them, and they become, they act like that, in that manner, and we act like that always. I'm thinking about ourselves more that. So be positive to the world. What is the meaning of that? Positive is again the positive mental attitude. This is the consciousness of our Immaculate Concept is positive. Another word for the Holy Christ self is a Immaculate Concept, holy perfection, and the positive to the world. So when we are positive, we do not belittle other people. When we are negative, then we do that. So negativity and positivity are two another words to use for the forces of light and the forces of darkness. Forces of light are positive light. The forces of darkness take the light and negative, misuse it against other people to get their more light. So I think that's all I want to say about looking at the clock. My time is up, and I'm going to open up for the question and answer for the next half an hour or so, but as long as you like. So Poonam, all yours. Hello.
जी sir.
Okay, let's have some questions.
जेपी सर, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
Got one question.
हाँ जी.
इनका म्यूट हो गया.
हाँ जी.
What to do when our humbleness is considered as our weakness?
Very good question. It happens to all of us. It happens to, probably it happened to all the saints who went on the path, including name any saint, Ramakrishna, Yogananda ji, Guruma, I know that. I think what they did and how I applied that to myself is really the light in you. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. That's a good example, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was a very frail looking, I mean, British thought that he was he he had no energy, but he and what he did for India, the British Empire was shaken up by him by this time. He was a humble person, and so how did they figure out that he was not a weak person? He was a strong person. He's not a weak person. I think this is a question that comes, you might be perception of people. I'm sure during the time of Mahatma Gandhi or any saint, some people who never wanted to accept that he was strong, the dark forces strategy. Not everyone accepted him because they wanted to, the dark forces never accept that you are strong. Please know that. It is, we have to know that our audience, the people in the world, are not all like us. They are not going to accept you. They're going to misread you. They're going to think you are whatever other names that they have in their vocabulary, which is not of the same type as you're strong. What I suggest is that you be what you be. I think Gautama Buddha and every saint. I know some of the masters in their embodiment. And they went through the same kind of energy or outlook, or they were treated like that. How did they handle that? That's what you question. How did they handle that? I think this inner strength of Mahatma Gandhi, inner strength of you as I am that I am, inner strength of that you feel, and you are building a reservoir of light gradually, more and more through the decrease. We call it threefold frame balancing of threefold frame, more love, more wisdom, more power. So you are not moved by that perception. People think, and you have such a strong commitment, such a long connection. I'm looking for the word. Such a strong connection with your I am that I am, that you see them as God sees them. How does God see them? Mahatma Gandhi said, "Paap se grihana karo, papi se nahi." You know that? You heard that, right? And I think what it means is this. You separate the evil from the evil doers. You separate the person from the energy that he is projecting at you. The person may be pure. The energy may be impure. So when we are saying that, oh, this person is looking at me in this manner, this person he thinks maybe I'm weak. Imagine, person is pure. He's a threefold flame. He has the negative karma, negative energy, and we are combining the person with the energy. Paap se grihana karo, papi se nahi. Paap is the evil, the negative energy that is projecting at you. He's not the person. He's not bad. So you get the discernment here. Remember the discernment we talked about today? You apply that gift of discernment of threefold flame, of separating the two. Otherwise, we will see, I don't want to. Then we react to the person when somebody says, you are this and you are weak and you are controlling. They will not be able to control you. There's other part of the question is that they will not be able to control you. They did not control Mahatma Gandhi in the British Empire. Sooner or later, they give up on you. They see the light shining from your aura, through your eyes, through your behavior, through their works, through their words, through your presence of God in you, through the presence of masters in you, the power of the Om, the power of becoming that I am. This is what we are, Sunday Masters have given us the path today to walk on. Presence of the angels are with us. They will. So we are being tested. I think the question is, again, you might be thinking, why do I have to go through this? Masters give this energy to be attacked. You can say the word attacked. To be tested, how we respond, how much mastery we have. Okay, is Jaspal ready for the test or not? or is JP Sahib ready for his test or not today? Let's throw a rock. This person is going to throw a rock at him. He's going to, family members going to tell him, he's weak, you are stupid, you are this, you are that, you are nothing. And how you feel that, how you receive that, how you perceive that. So God allows that kind of remarks to come to us from anyone, because we have to pass our test as a final exam, you can say, or our semester exam, or daily exam, or everyday exam. And when you pass that exam of showing that strength, that passing that we are who we are given more light because we have passed that test. This is the way, simple as that. We go to the next grade, higher and higher. I hope I've answered your question, JP Sahib, the best.
Thank you, sir. Your answer to my question resembles very much which I got from my one dream in the night. That it remembers very, very much for the same. That are the black forces that are attacking on you through him or her. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very clear. And your answer has given me the solid faith to what I receive from the higher. Thank you.
Glory to God. Yeah, thank you.
Glory to God. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
अलका जी, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
I think she said no question. I was reading that chat room. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ji, do you have any question?
No, I don't have any question. I followed up well. No question.
परविंदर जी, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
हाँ जी, परविंदर जी, okay, very nice.
सर बड़ा अच्छा सेशन किया था, और जो सर ने अभी उन्हें क्वेश्चन पूछा सी हम्बलनेस एंड वीकनेस है, तो उन्होंने क्वेश्चन रियलाइज हुआ है कि हम्बलनेस ही लाइट फोर्सेस है और वीकनेस डार्क फोर्सेस इनसाइड, वो अंदर ही युद्ध चल रहा है आपस।
दोबारा कहोगे प्लीज, थोड़ा लाउड।
हम्बलनेस वो कह रहे थे, हम्बलनेस साडी वीकनेस बन सकती है, तो
बिल्कुल
simply we can say that humbleness ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ light है, weakness is dark.
very good, very good, very good.
तो अंदर ही लड़ाई हो रही है, बस ਉਹਨੂੰ डाउन करेगा, वो इधर करेगा।
बिल्कुल, हाँ जी, बिल्कुल ठीक है। तुसी weakness is a state of imperfection, is a darkness. Yes.
And humbleness is a light forces or light path कह लो।
हाँ जी, ठीक। Thank you sir.
Okay sir, बस thank you।
हाँ जी,
रने जी, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
मेरा भी वही सर जो जेपी सर ने पूछा about weakness and humbleness. I am still not very clear about it. सर हम सोचते हैं कि जेंटल होना, हम्बल होना बहुत अच्छी बात है, लेकिन लोग आपका एडवांटेज लेने लग जाते हैं, तो where do we draw the line?
that's okay. What she's saying is that when we are so humble in our life, people take advantage of us. So where do we draw the line between humbleness and people not taking our advantage? Okay, I think I will answer it this way. Maybe Parvinder ji can answer also, or maybe anyone else can. Maybe Jay can answer that also, or Poonam. So my response is that we make mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. We, all of us, in this particular area, in this particular weakness, people taking advantage of our humbleness, But I think what Parvinder ji said, I think that applies here also. But people take advantage of us because we have a weakness someplace in our humble definition of humbleness. That's what I think. The absolute humbleness and relative humbleness. There are two kinds of everything. Love, relative love, absolute love. Relative wisdom, absolute wisdom. So I'm applying this to the relative humbleness. What is relative humbleness here? There is a chink in our armor of humbleness. It's not perfect. Some place we have unresolved psychology, unresolved personality, unresolved understanding of humility. What is humility? Real humility is some place in us. People sense that. People know that I can twist this, push this button of this person, and I can make this person whatever I want to do. I can take advantage of that. So we have to know where is our weakness that other person take advantage of. I give you example of that. I give you example of that. Somebody knows that if they can raise the voice or sweetness or angerness or bitterness or mildness, and they can get everything out of you. Moment they raise their voice on you with a different tone, then you will react. You will say, well, you cannot take advantage of me. I have my own rights. You can say the same thing. You have your rights, but people know that by raising their voice, they can push the button. Button means in the solar plexus chakra. How they can push the energies out of you, and you kind of you will unload. So I think my point here is this. How do we master ourselves first? We master our emotional energies in the solar plexus chakras. As psychology is part of that, but also the emotional energy, our solar plexus energy. We have the tools. Masters knew that. Sunday Master knew that this kind of question will happen to us because people will take advantage of our humility. Sometimes people let's put the things on others now. People also put the mask, Ravan type mask, on the face, of false humility. False humility is not the real humility. Politicians who come to our votes, they'll come like this, they will do this. I want your vote, please vote for me. I will take care of you. They promise it. False humility. When they get elected, they go away. So we do that also. I'm applying this thing to ourselves. People do that, but we are not talking about other people. This is a false humility. There is a real humility, genuine humility. So I'm talking about a genuine humility in ourselves, so people will not take advantage of us. That is the main point. So what is here is that we may fall 100 times because we lose people take advantage of. But sooner or later we say, well, this is how people do that to me, and that's how I reacted in the past, and they took advantage of me. What I have to do, practical spirituality is another one. Practical spirituality. Practical spirituality is a very important thing for a chela. It's not spirituality alone. Practical spirituality is mastering the life in your life, mastering yourself, the use of the solar plexus energy, not pre-emptying it on others, and not using your voice, harmony and peacefulness, controlling your voice. Sometimes you say something, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you say very little. Sometimes you avoid something, talking like that. These are the things that you learn, that all the strategies of darkness we are talking about, all the things that I'm mentioning to you, they apply all these strategies apply to everyone. Okay. All the 33 strategies apply to is one strategy. They can be fixed in one strategy, all 33 of them also. And then we can look at them separately. So I think this is something that really I'm suggesting what has helped me, what is helping me, and what is helping other masters also. Mahatma Gandhi, we're talking about that also, that he learned through his mistakes, how to talk with British when he went there to England, how he handled, when he talked, when he not talked, satyagraha, peacefulness, all the things that he practiced, fasting, psychology is over there also. Maybe we need to consult a psychologist. Maybe we need to heal our psychology. All those things, and then next time when go to a situation like that, you say, okay, last time they got me on this point, this way. This time I'm not going to allow them to happen to me. I will see if I can master that. So we have a decrease. I think solar plexus energy is decreased. We have many decrees. So very simple mantras. It's simple mantra like that. I'll give you the solar plexus energy. I think decrease 1.30 hard hand. That is grateful degree. I sent you last night a portion of that decree, but you can give the whole 1.30 degree hard head and hand. That has a decree that applies to each mastery of each chakra. You give that decree for a month, 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 1.30 hard head and hand. That is decree that applies to mastery of every single chakra, including solar plexus chakra. And then you see how your reaction will change in terms of not other taking advantage of you and how you will present yourself to them. But Pravinder ji, anything else? Tari Hagi, you want to say something? Can you unmute him, Poonam?
Sir, one thing.
Hanji, bolo sir.
Sir, like we talk about forgiveness and gratitude, okay, matlab, they are supposed to be the highest form of behavior. So if we look in terms of, we understand that somebody is taking advantage, but we decide to forgive. But in one aspect, it becomes a weakness, because when we understand and don't do something about it, then obviously we are being taken advantage of. But on the other hand, if we are forgiving their bad behavior, we are elevating our spirit. I mean, this is a little confusing.
That's a good question. By the way, forgiveness does not mean that everything that a person has said is erased from the. It's not erased. It's just give the other person an opportunity to transmute that karma. See, the other definition of forgiveness is not like that. People say, "Oh, mujhe maaf kar do, I'm sorry," and everything is clean slate. Not so. This is another Sunday Master teaching, correction. When you forgive people, that the karma is still there. So on your part, so that is one thing. But on your part, when people say forgiveness, it doesn't mean that. Forgiveness means, look at the strategy of practical spirituality from the prism. You learn that when I'm not going to name the countries there. Suppose there are two countries, and one country is like this, they keep on doing something and they say, another country says, I'll forgive you, I forgive you. The other country keeps on doing that, attacking the first country again and again to different borders, here and there and other places, So what is the first country should do? They know that this person is not genuine. He says forgiveness. I do not have to do some defensive forces. You have to make sure that these borders are protected. Right. It's not only forgive you, I forgive you, because the other country will keep attacking from different borders, So I think there is a strategy their strategy is this. Your strategy is not forgiveness alone. Your forgiveness is to strengthen your border. In this case, you strengthen your attunement with I am that I am, and you put more armies over there on all the weaker areas of your border where they can attack next time. Weaker area of your consciousness. Psychology again, come to psychology. If you see, weaker area of psychology is at 360 degrees. You may be whole, masters have said, we may be whole in one part of our psychology. We may not be whole in other parts of our psychology. So therefore, that's a very good example. If you want to protect our country, the borders of the country, 360 degrees, wherever the borders are, 3-4 places, we need to make sure that that other country does not attack through that border. Apply that to yourself. Apply that to myself. I will stay away from those kind of people. That's one thing I will do. I will have my strategy change. Oh, I will have to be, something. Forgiveness is not the answer. Forgiveness is a other person may think, oh, this person is a stupid
idiot. Yes.
Idiot. They take advantage of it. The country will think, other country will think, oh, he's got leader jo hai, I can make fool of them. So you have to really think in those terms. It's your territory. God is in your territory. You have to defend God. It's like, look at the example of Krishna and Kansa. What happened? Every time there is there is a birth, there's a rays of light in you, they will try to attack you. From who are you to tell me this? So you have to have a. This is a very holy path. This is our. The examples are many examples on the life by the saints have told us. But I think that we sometimes, excuse me, that word I'm using, light bearers are naive. I'm not saying stupid. Naive. Naive is a different word than stupid. Naive means
Innocent.
no, not innocent.
No.
Innocent is the quality of God. Ignorant. Please use that word ignorant. Innocent is the quality of God child, pureness. Ignorant is one of those things that kuch nahi hoga, mujhe ye hoga, wo hoga. That is what they are, ignorant. We do not want to be ignorant. Every leader who is ignorant, the country will be taken over by the ignorant leaders. You know that.
Yes.
So I think it's a very good question you have raised, but I think you have to be thinking along those lines. How do I protect my light that I build? What happens is when you build some light reservoir today, a month later, a year later, then we something like that happens. We are not aware of that we have developed so much light. We go to some party, we go some place, we go to some other place, we lose all the light. 1 year light, 2 years light, 10 years of light. It's gone. It's very short amount of time. You might say, oh my God, what I have done. How should I? Then you have to rebuild again. You have to guard that light. You have to change your company. You have to change the society. You have to change your relationship. You have to move away from them. You have to change your environment. One last thing. Anything that can make us victimized is other than in our spirituality is the environment that we live in. Very, very important. Environment we live in can affect, make a saint in this one life to the saint can lose everything at the end of this life or next life. He may go backward. Environment is very important. We kind of underestimate. Environment is kind of company we keep. We have to have get rid of the environment of the people that we know are, use the word suckers, SUCKERS, suckers of light, and go to the company of people whom we gain light, company as satsang, people who are spiritual beings who talk about on the same tone that we get more light from them. Then we guard that light, because we lose the light very easily. And dark forces know that who is ignorant and who is innocent. I'm sorry, and they know that the person is ignorant. We can get to that person. So I think those are some of my thoughts. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
सतीजा जी आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
सर ये डेली फियट्स हैं जो ये गुरु माँ की आवाज में मिल सकते हैं?
Say it again. दोबारा कहना.
फियट्स होते हैं ना जो हर एक दिन का फियट है. फियट्स.
Fear, FEAR.
ना फियाट सर फियाट जो
फियाट
हर एक दिन का अलग अलग है ना जो गुरु माँ की आवाज में मिल जाए तो मेहरबानी होगी बड़ी.
हाँ. गुरु माँ की आवाज में जो फियाट तो है, फियाट भी है. एक्चुअली ना हमारी डिक्री है, क्या बोलते हैं, डिक्री बुक में डिक्री 13.00. इट्स कॉल्ड फियाट्स. ऐसी है ना, देखना. आई विल सी इफ आई कैन गेट, है ना.
हाँ जी.
13 है डिक्री नंबर 13. फियाट्स. आई थिंक दैट 20 something fiats हैं. So maybe we'll do a workshop on fiats. I'll see if I can get those in Guru Ma's voice also. I do not have them with me, Satija ji. I will see if I can get those fiats in Guru Ma's voice. Yeah.
ठीक है, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, sir, done.
Okay, Parvinder ji, any comment on what Rene ji said? Anything?
मैंने उनको अनम्यूट किया था. एक मिनट करती हूँ, रुको. हाँ जी, कर दिया मैंने. परमिंदर जी.
हाँ सर, मैं उन्होंने मैसेज किया, उन्होंने मैसेज नहीं आया, पता नहीं की गल है. बट पूनम जी ने ना मैं 2 बंदे का नंबर होर शेयर करांगा. वो बेसिकली मैंने 3-4 दिन तो कांटेक्ट आया. दे वांट टू जॉइन दिस आवर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और दे आर वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड इन द ascended मास्टर टीचिंग. मैं फेसबुक पे हमने 2-4 दिन तो ना ध्यानी बुद्धा की पोस्ट पा रहे सी. ਤੇ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਚੇਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਬਟ they want to know about the whole concept. ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਲਿੰਕ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਸੀ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਅੱਜ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਬਟ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ।
Okay, Poonam, I can get their numbers from Poonam and I'll call them myself.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Shukriya.
Okay.
ठीक है। आकाश जी आपका I am looking at the okay. Yeah, okay. I see no, there is no question from Akash ji, so I think we can seal it tomorrow. I have a very special dictation from Almoria ji from 1980. That was dictation was given just before we left for India. Ashram in 1980, April of 1980, we left for India. So he was giving us farewell, what to expect in life in India. So I think that's for India actually mostly. So I have taken the excerpt of that dictation, some of them posted on the Facebook. Maybe you can read that. I will also be happy to send you the whole his dictation, all Pearl of Wisdom after tomorrow, if you want to read the whole Pearl, because that applies to what is going on in India. What is the future of India? What kind of problems, challenges, some other things we talked about today, we will be facing in India when you go there. So that was a only dictation that, actually very loving, kind dictation from Almoria that will be, because a lot of things are still happening in our life. So I think please attend that tomorrow. You will love it, a very special one. So, and also I have some meditation for tomorrow and also something very special tomorrow that's meant for. So invite your friends, anyone else.
Sir, Akash ji ka question hai.
हाँ जी आकाश जी।
सर नमस्ते सर। सर
नमस्ते।
It was a beautiful session सर, बहुत मजा आया सुन के। और सर मेरे को ये मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बोलती है that we from masters teachings we all of us are divine beings, and we are given while we set forth our intention, and we make genuine requests, pure requests in the as per the will of God. They are always listened and they are heard. My question is for the larger audience, that is it okay from the master's teachings perspective to have an abundant life? When I say abundant life, I mean there is a very strong taboo about spirituality not going hand in hand with abundance, in the sense, people who might be resourceful, they have a lot of resources in their life. They might be powerful with respect to having a lot of wealth, power. At the same time, they could also be pure, and they could be on the master's path and really making progress. I mean, doing genuine work. So I wanted to hear some words from you for the larger audience. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you again. That's a very good question. I will say that Master wants us to have abundant life. Abundant life means not only money-wise. Abundant life is good health, prosperity, virtues, wisdom, and love, happiness, joy. All the things are abundant. Money is a very small part of that, by the way. So we sometimes when in a human terms we think abundant life is only related to money or mostly related to money. I think that is not the case. The Master wants us to have abundant life, both spiritually and materially. Why? And so will of God is good. You also said that. Masters know from my lifetime, I speak for myself or anyone's lifetime, I speak for my lifetime. If Jaspal is given abundant life, money-wise, and as you said, he will, in the past lifetimes, he has, whenever he had abundant life, he has given him the spiritual gift, but he could lose his attention, he could lose his focus, and he will get involved in the material world, and spiritual life will be affected by that. So that is not the will of God. So let him show that, let Jaspal show that when he has a balance in the material life. So they gave me increment by increment money, as much how I use that. So So that is the will of God. So always will of God is not really detrimental to anyone. Will of God is always good, but it's always for the good of us. So at this lifetime, I may be given whatever I can have. I have done according to my past karma. I am rightful. Have used that. So they have given me that kind of balance. Another person could be more, spiritually balanced. He may be reaching that criteria. He has been given a lot of money and more spiritual knowledge also. He has a higher bar. Other persons, many people like that. They do not have that balance. So they are given either more money, they are not spiritual life, no spiritual and light, or more spiritual light, and very little money. So it's a balance that is only will of God that we have demonstrated from our previous lifetimes that we can misuse, because now I'm coming to this present life. This present life, all of us that we are in embodiment, is very, very, very important, very critical, very significant for the planet Earth, for us, for the Master, for God Almighty, because this present life, lot of angels, we have a lot of angels are waiting to come into embodiment, but they're being aborted. They are not being given opportunity. They cannot. They are being attacked by the dark forces, as you said, the light and darkness. So they will not help the planet to achieve this mission. Planet Earth, I'm talking about golden age. I'm talking about golden age. Earth is destined to enter the golden age. This is the this is the age of the 10th and final incarnation of Vishnuji, which is a Kalki. Kalki is you, Kalki is me, Kalki is everyone. There is no 11th incarnation of Vishnu. You know that. This is the second coming of Jesus Christ. This is it. Second coming of Christ in us. This is it. This is a very, Earth is on a very important situation. If Earth does not make it into, there are a lot of forces of darkness. They have bombarded Mars and other planet, but nuclear energy, it could be happen to the Earth by dark forces. So masters are great for brotherhood, cosmic beings, mighty victory, you name it, the great for brotherhood. They are all their eyes on the planet Earth, so that the Earth's golden age will come and it will not be blown away. So coming back to your point, so now masters are waiting, all of us who are in embodiment, to have that balance of abundance life in our life. Sometimes we feel, why I'm not getting so much money? I'm doing so much decree. So, I'm doing so much abundance decree. Well, we do decrees, but again, the decrees that we do are heard. Every decree is heard. The decrees that we do, the results of those decrees are what kind of consciousness we have. Are we doing decrees for money? Have we purified our chakras? Are we giving attention to abundance life more than money? What is our attitude? And then will of God is good. We always demand that whatever I am doing, decrease. I'm not talking to we. When we ask that whatever decrease I'm giving, abundance decree, why God is not giving me? Well, attachment to decrease. Attachment. So I think there are many things at the micro level and the macro level that are going on right now on the planet, on the Earth, in our personal life, as related to abundance of life. And I think masters have chosen us to will of God. Will of God is good, because we do not know the definition of will of God. We think my will of this is same as will of God. People think like that. They go to Gurdwara, they go to temple, they go to mandir, they go to church, and they say, I do so many decrees, I go so many Gurdwaras, I do so many charity work, I'm doing will of God. Not so. We do not know. We have not, so there are many things that we, unless we know that, I think unless we surrender that, I say like that, unless we ask God to purify us, I think I mentioned to other also, there's surrender rosary, and there is Archangel Michael's rosary. They're both are very important decrees to give every day. Keep on keeping on. Sometimes we are tested, for many years, that whether we are resolved, whether we give up our resolve, or we are going to stick to our determination. So in the final analysis, every prayer is heard, and the will of God is good, and will of God is good means this God knows what is good for us, when to have the abundant life, and when we will not misuse it. So I think that's my take on it. I don't have everything in the world, that my friends have, materially speaking. I can say that, but I am happy what I have, because I have just sent a message teachings. So I think that's one way I tell myself I have what many people do not have, and I keep on keeping on my. So everything that comes along is a test of my life. I hope I've I've given a too big answer, but somehow there's a part of that fits into what it is, that I wanted to communicate. ठीक है? I think, yeah. So Jay, can you please have the ceiling, please?
In the light of water never fails, we call all the archangels and their twin flames, the masters and twin flames, to overshadow us and to protect us from the light we have received today in this session. Let we learn more about and understand the strategies of light and darkness, and let us give us wisdom to understand and practice these strategies, and protect us from these strategies of darkness, so that we can fulfill our mission. Done in God's name. Amen. Om.
Amen. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Have a wonderful evening over there. Wonderful afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Bless you.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Poonam. Thank you, everyone.